Hey guys, it's Tarkin coming at you with another game of hardcore Minecraft. And, well, we're just gonna get to work on Sky Island again. We're making one. And, so that's where we're gonna go. We've got some random junk on us, which is not ideal. We'll deal with it. We'll deal with it later. None of that matters. What does matter is we saw Bella stand up, so definitely want to sit her back down. Don't want anything aggravating to be happening here. Alright, so we need a deeper dirt layer, at least in appearance, right? So we'll go ahead and make a little more to this platform, and I figure, you know, we'll just keep the elytra on while we're up here working, and then, you know, it's not like we're gonna fall down to our death from up here. If we fall down, it'll just be moderately embarrassing, and then we'll gracefully glide, you know, somewhere else. Speaking of graceful, definitely want to get our torches going early so we don't accidentally like spawn a creeper in here. That would be, what's worse than embarrassing? Bad. That would be bad. And here we'll probably want like a layer of stone underneath all this, but for right now it'll be enough to just, you know, get the proper shape going on. Because of course it's very important when you look up at the sky that the island appears to be normal with the layers of sediment. You know, you want the sort of dirt to stone split that you expect. I have to go on like a quest for dirt at some point. You know, I'm gonna go look in a chest. I've got to have some dirt in a chest somewhere, right? Do we put a shulker down here and risk leaving it forever? Can it not open up? Oh, because I was crouched. No, we can put some of this random trash in there and then forget about it forever. That'll be good. That'll be a good use of this space. Weird soul torches. That's right. Those things exist and they're pretty. Well, we'll hold on to that thought. We've got the shulker. I'll say it out loud until the memory of me losing my other one through carelessness and neglect dissipates. Alright, so what do we need? Well, very clearly, we need more dirt. More dirt and other assorted building material. We got a chest here. If it doesn't have dirt, we'll check some other chests. Alright, no dirt in this one. Some sand, that's fine, you know. Who doesn't like a little bit of sand here and there? Did I already use all this dirt? I already used all this dirt. Embarrassing. Alright, so we could use cobblestone for the lower layers, but then it would look like, you know, cobblestone. We probably want to get regular stone, right? So we'll just go over to this island underneath the floating island that we're planning on reducing in any case, and then we'll just silk touch some stone here, because when you do that, you don't have to bake the cobblestone, which we could do, but you know, why don't we do that? Why don't we just take the cobblestone up there and bake it? That's a lot faster. We'll make some furnaces up top. There we go. Making good decisions at a reasonable pace. That shulker is much too full of stuff. And Enderman is whooping around, which is not ideal. Alright, yeah, we've got all the coal and stuff, so we'll be able to just, deal with that here in a bit. So all we gotta do, that's like so much stone, we'll be able to get all that sorted out. We just need to grab some dirt and then get going back up there. We might as well grab this hopper because we'll want to set up like an auto smelter up there, because why not? If you're going to be spending a lot of time somewhere, you might as well. Here we go, some more dirt. I was like, I know I've got just zounds of dirt in random places. Okay, so we do have more ready-made stone. We'll just go ahead and grab that. We'll do that over an andesite layer probably, just because andesite will require much more effort on our part. And in keeping with finding all the random stuff I have, there we go. Alright, and actually right here what we want to do is... well, we can fly up to the island and then replace stuff. Because we want... it doesn't matter. I want to kill this Enderman who is whooping most terribly around and interrupting all of my materials. Oh, it just makes me so mad thinking about what that Enderman might have taken from me. Who cares if I don't know what it is? I could have really liked it for all I know. Alright. There's got to be a better way to do that. We'll work it out here in a bit. Because the fact that there is a better way to do it doesn't matter right now. Alright, so we go down one layer further and put a layer of stone on it? No, we'll do like 2 layers of stone? This is also, yeah, we'll just go ahead and start on that now. see, the thing is here. This will be much nicer. I say it'll be the same as anything else. There we go. And then we'll just build like a little interior space there that'll have the appearance of the stone. So that I think will be very aesthetically nice, you know, from a distance. And it looks like there will be like a line there that we don't complete, but that'll be okay. You know, like it doesn't need to be perfectly aligned. Sure is pretty up here. Yeah, we'll definitely need to set up the auto smelter, but I figured, hey, you know, why do work in a logical order when you can do it all haphazard in a fun way? So we should probably get another access point rather than a slow ride down that waterfall. And by probably, I mean it's very clear that we should set up things differently. Alright, so auto smelter down here, I mean that would be a way to do it. But surface is better for that stuff, is it? Is it though? No, it's not. Why would the material for the floating islands stuff be up there at the front? And we'll fall in a funny way. And I was told very recently that you can just look at a block and click the middle thing, and if you have it in your inventory, it'll pull it up. And let me tell you, what an earthquake it has been in my life. I've remembered it one or maybe even 2 times total. Just great stuff. Alright. Like, how do you build these things? It's not that hard, is it? It is. Alright, so what do I need to do now? We need to make another hopper. Do I have the ingredients for that? I definitely do. I just need to melt this iron down first. Anyway, we'll come back to this in a minute when the hopper has melted those down, but we can just keep on with the dirt. Well, doing the stone layer really is a lot more important than the dirt layer. We will just make a couple more chests and then go down and get some more supplies. Well, not like that. Alright, we should get a proper water source up here because we don't have one. Yeah, we definitely need to work on the logic of that setup there, but you know, all in due time, right? Oh yeah, you have to make the chest, and then you can make the hopper out of it. Oh right, well that's not gonna work. Here, I can do this in the absolute clumsiest way ever conceived. That'll be good. I can fail to make another chest and then have to do it all over again. Amazing! Well, that won't do it. Anyway, you know, you get the idea. Ugh, what you know, I don't normally build stuff, and you can tell. Alright, and now after all that, I've managed to set up an auto smelter in a strange position. Inside the sky. And I left most of the dirt in there. You know, I'm gonna need to build some stairs or something, because building my little tower to get up here is not a sustainable thing. Do we learn from our mistake? No, we'll just go around this way. That's better. I don't know if that's gonna help. You know. It's possible that a different waterfall would be better. We'll work on that some other day. The concept, I mean. The waterfall we'll work on, I don't know, never? Yeah, that sounds like a good time to do that. Never. Not like that. That's not gonna get us anywhere. Amazing. I'm so good and fast at this. This is not agonizingly slow. These are what are called affirmations or lies. It's when you say something that's not true to yourself and hope that you'll believe it eventually. Very important for Minecraft to lie to yourself and be like, I can do this, and then eventually it becomes true. Or not, you know, in whatever order. This is going to look so good once it's done, and then I'll barely ever look at it again. That's what it's all about. Oh man, I can't believe that you can just click the middle mouse button and then seamlessly select the block that's right with you. Like, oh, it makes me so angry. Y'all would not believe how long I played this game before I was told that. Yeah, it's not moving very fast, is it? Well, you know, all the more reason to get it started right away. Okay, so dirt doesn't grow grass. I need grass to grow other grass, maybe? We want grass for the top. I guess we'll just silk touch some grass in and bring it up here. I've got grass blocks somewhere, but it will be much faster to just do this. Much faster, I say, as I incredibly slowly meander to the surface of the world. And for Silk Touch, you don't have to use the right tool, just Silk Touch it all. Alright, and that should be plenty. We'll just seed a couple of grasses up here. And I'm pretty sure that they'll just, you know, grow. But we'll see. All right, yeah, we've already got some growing. I'm like, I've seen grass grow, but I don't think it grows spontaneously. I think you need seed grass for it. Yep, there we go. It's already moving around. We'll move the torches off of the dirt. I don't know if the grass can grow there without it, but all right. So we will bring grass to the roof of the world. Very important. Unless it's only mildly important, in which case, very mildly important. Oh, it's so pretty way up here. So, long term, what do I do with the space? Do I make more floating islands and have like a array of them? I mean, probably. Spend the rest of my life up here in the sky, only returning to Earth to say hello to my beloved pets? Maybe. Who knows? Not me. But for right now, just more dirt, more dirt. All right, so I'm gonna make a secondary island further out to sea. Right, right. The only question, so ideally, right, these islands would sort of be staggered with something else. Maybe we'll do another one up there where there could be like a sort of stair-stepping of the waterfalls that go from thing to thing. Oh god, I can do like hanging gardens. Oh man, oh yeah. So this is I now feel my interest totally revitalized in my Minecraft world. There's so many things you can do if you actually just build in the game. I say as I sit here, crouched with my butterfly, they're not butterfly wings, with my grasshopper wings, not doing anything at all. Alright, we'll just hold that thought. It's like, man, maybe I should go and mine some stone. Yeah, that's what we'll do. You know, the auto smelter is chugging along, but it can only go so fast. And we can mine some stone without spending too long on it, and then we'll be able to get right back to the not very hard but incredibly important work of making the island look slightly more like a natural island. Except it'll be obviously not natural because of how handsome it will appear to be in the sky. Oh man, Sky turtles. We're gonna have sky turtles. We're gonna make a big artificial lake up there, a wonderful artificial jungle beach, and then we'll have turtles that live around it. Oh my god, this is gonna be the most fun ever. Can't believe I ran out of things to do. I only ran out of things to do because I didn't think, what are my favorite things in the world? Floating islands. And I know you might be saying, how can that be your favorite thing in the world if they aren't real? Well, a lot of people love things that aren't real. I don't have time to get into it right now, but it's a thing people do. You're not supposed to tell them that what they love is fake either, so let me have these floating islands, and I will let you have whatever it is you want, within reason. As long as I'm qualified to give it to you. And again, I might not be. Sometimes the best thing we can do is remove the stone that a chest is sitting on and then just walk away from it, you know? As if you were barely involved. Yeah, this is dramatically faster than sitting up there waiting for a couple of stacks of stone like a peasant. That one stung a little bit, but it's not so bad. No, that one hurt too. So, if you just click the middle mouse button, you'll change to whatever the thing is that you're looking at if it's a block in your inventory. And this is just devastating to me. I cannot even tell you how much this hurts Helium. To learn after, I don't know how many 100 hours of Minecraft, a couple hundred. I mean, I played for what, like 7 months? So, like, at least 200 or 300 hours, certainly. I could count up my hardcore hours. How much is a Minecraft day? 10 minutes? Well, I definitively know that I've had, 364 days in this world, and 340 in that other one, and 100, yeah. I'm like, I never built much, right? You know, like I have my wheat field and it's its own thing, but I don't spend a lot of Minecraft time building. Like most of my hardcore time was spent dying, right? And then I'm just like going through and one of the viewers, Natasha, they were like, "Hey, you can just click the middle mouse button if you have one." I'm like, "You are being very outrageous right now. I cannot believe this is true." Hi, Auroras. I mean, just like look at that. You can just click the little button and then continue on going. It's I mean, it hurts me. It hurts me that it's true. I'm so mad. I mean, not like angry, but you know what I mean. Like, how could you have? Or you said you did make the level, but it's pretty bad. Well, don't get down on yourself. I'll be happy to check it out one of these days. I've never made a Geometry Dash level. I bet it's pretty tough. It's like I could see myself sitting down to do it and then just like zoning in on it for so long, and then after like I get up, I realize that it's not very good. Whenever I was modding Mountain Blade Warband, I would sit for hours and hours hacking away at the text files and like trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and then I would look at the clock and like I'd spent like the whole day and I had done like practically nothing, which is probably a familiar thing to people who work with computers, but I don't work with computers. I was just, modding the game that I played, so it was pretty funny. You spent like 2 hours making a 40-second level. Yep. I would spend hours and hours like changing the stats and like how these entities would behave and whatever, and then at the end I would be like, oh, I didn't click the export to the file button, so it would all go up in smoke or whatever. Which again is something that people that know how to work with computers would anticipate and work against. But I am just an enthusiast, not an experienced person. I should mod Warband again. That was so much fun. I should play Warband again. That's how I got my YouTube channel start, of course. If you go back in time, it's just like 10 years ago, me playing Mountain Blade Warband, hundreds of videos of it. Does it work for everything? It works for everything. Auto select on torches. I mean, how absolutely aggravating. All right, let's make some cobblestone stairs here. Nope, I can't. I don't have any cobblestone on me. That makes sense. It would all be in the auto smelter. It would all be in the auto smelter. I might not keep the well here long term, but I did want to get it settled down anyway. 2 blocks on either side, and we get to do this. Oh man, y'all, when I first discovered the bucket technology in Minecraft, I was so happy. Y'all don't even know unless you go back way back in time to a video I made like 7 months ago, ancient history, where I was building my canal. And it was a real mess until it wasn't. All right, so there we go. Now we'll have a proper way to descend, and that'll lead right there if we want to get to this thing, and that'll mean that we don't need that side of it at all anymore. You know, we could have used it to plant flowers or something, but we weren't gonna do that. You know, it was just gonna be there. We don't need these little stair steps. This ender chest can absolutely stay here, but we would need to carry another one around with us. So. All right. Yeah, let's just load this auto smelter up. Right. After all, it's just as easy to get cobblestone as anything else in the world, and I certainly have like a bunch of cobblestone in places, so we might as well cook this up. Oh yeah, blocks of coal last forever. So, well, the first island is basically completed. We've got these sort of... it's not perfect, is it? Ah, look, when you're up this high, you can see that the Minecraft world is, you know, the sun is very small. Or, as I'm making this joke, I'm like, someone's already done the math on this, where they, like, you know, used your position and the angle of the sun and the perceptive size of it to figure out, like, if the Minecraft world is flat or not, if the sun goes around it, and if so, how large or small it is. But I'd be interested to know. The blocky sun rises. Alright, so here, do we want to drop even further down there? Like, you drop a waterfall down into an immediate lower island that's just slightly offset. But I feel like it would be better if we could, like, stretch it out a little bit. But how to do that? On something that would appear to be invisible? Are there any, like, clear water-shaped slabs? Anyway. We need... what do we need up here? Theoretically, food sources. Oh yeah, wow! I'm just looking at the grass. So basically, that was very successful. You only need a little bit of grass to grow a ton of grass, and yeah, good stuff. That'll be good for how it scans visually as well. You know what? Why don't we just fly around it and take a look? Oh my god, it's perfect. Oh my god, it's beautiful. Alright, those little notches in the side are noticeable though, so we're going to want to solve that. In the best way that we know how. Which is just sort of, you know... rolling around around haphazardly. You guessed it. Alright. And then we've got one more there. That is offset a little bit on the very bottom. That's fine though. That doesn't really bug me. Bam, faceplant. So it's one little notch right there. That'll be simple enough. Yep, that's all there is to it. Oh, I'm crouched. I'm like, why am I not moving properly? It's because crouch to hold is on, which, well, is a thing that you're gonna want if you're building in the sky, at least sometimes. Alright, well, so there's that. You know, it's good that I did this now because, well, this is the first world I've had an elytra in, and I can only imagine that building a floating island when you can't fly up to it is incredibly annoying and tedious. Alright, well, this island is perfect now. You know, not perfect, though. It's got its flaws. First of all, it's woefully incomplete. But how would we get any animals up here? I know you can put things in a boat and fly with it, but when I tried that, it didn't work, and I made a canal that spanned thousands of blocks instead. I mean, I guess theoretically they could spawn up here, but equally theoretically, this is not really that big of a place. Do we build a bigger island directly over this one? Yes. Yes, we do. Thank you for asking. We'll start this one out with the proper floor. So it needs to be terraced in this direction? Yes, certainly. So we don't want it to, like, be totally taking up all the visual space above the island, so it needs to not be, you know, all over it. Do we want a much larger island here? No, I think another small-ish one would be fine. Perhaps bigger than the original, though. What's the build limit? I'm just gonna look it up. $320. Okay, good deal. And like 256 seems logical, but it's not that, right? Because it's just not. I remember going higher than that at some point. Because, you know, for any game, 256 is an incredibly logical break point for things to be at. But that doesn't always mean it's where the number's going to end up. Like, what's the relationship between 256 and 320? It's probably just 64 added onto it, right? Yeah, that makes sense. So it's just another chunk of the thing added up. Alright, so now we just need to get rid of the pillar support because nothing is less important than that. And now it's just floating in the sky. Now it's just floating in the sky. Yep, good stuff. Alright, well, that's all the stone we've got for you. First, we need to just see how this waterfall even looks. You know, is it... Wow. Whoa, that was a... You know, you really need third person sometimes. So we can just get rid of that first one if the second one is better. Yeah, so having a second one there, not perfect, but that first one being large and like sort of cascading down in that manner is absolutely what we're going for. I don't know if these cherry trees are going to make sense there in the long run. Maybe just a single one would be better. I envision a sort of vast network of floating islands here that sort of, you know, exists separate, but in the same space as everything below, you know, just a whole rich world of possibilities up here. The whole sky civilization, indeed. Villagers up here? That would be complicated. I guess I could build a railway connecting the sky to the earth. Okay, so we don't need this one at all anymore. Totally extraneous. Is extraneous. We don't need that there either. We don't need that additional hole. And strictly speaking, we don't need this waterfall to be as massive as it is, but it kind of works, so, you know, we'll take it. It does start in nowhere in the sky, which means we could get rid of it easily enough. But it's doing what we need it to do, right, which is providing us with a way down. Well, it's really jerky. Which is providing us with a way down. Oh yeah, coal blocks last forever. That makes sense. Yeah, because like villagers don't just spawn. I guess wandering traders do. But they're not villagers themselves. Well, the zombie villagers do spawn though. And there's some item you can feed them, which I know because there's an achievement about it. Zombie doctor, we can then cure a zombie villager, which, you know, would involve the golden apple somehow, no doubt, which I do have. But doing this is reminding me that there's some mod that a friend told me about a long time ago, 6 months ago, called Skyblock, something like that, where I guess you start off on a little island in the sky, which does sound very fascinating to me. And now that I'm doing this, I'm like, I bet that could be fun. I mean, I bet it would also be very frustrating, given that you can't just go and see some nice turtles somewhere. You say I gotta try Skyblock? Yep. Old Zane was telling me about it once upon a time, I think. Yeah, it sounds really fun. Especially now that I have like a better sense of some of the game's mechanics than I had once upon a time. I feel like Skyblock would have been, you know, maybe the wrong kind of challenging for me if I had done it whenever I was starting out. Yeah, let's go do a little more mining, shall we? Every time when I see enemies in the game, when I'm not like trying to deal with them, I'm like, wait, who put foes in my hardcore Minecraft? Didn't they know this is just a game about whatever I'm thinking about at any given moment? Man, it's been a while since I shot Minecraft bow. Oh yeah, comes back. The arc is slightly different than Red Dead Redemption bow. I should go mend the elytra now while I'm thinking about it. Need to mend this shovel too. Pretty rough. I'm on keyboard and mouse. Controller, Java doesn't have native controller support. I played with the controller most of the time whenever I was still in Bedrock, but Bedrock is, if people that play it will forgive me for saying it, dramatically inferior to Java. And let me show you why. Look at it. Look at all of the letters on the screen and the numbers too. Look at all the information. You can't do that in Bedrock. That's what it's all about right there. If I had the F3 in Bedrock, I probably would never have noticed. So like because I had seen like speedrunning, not videos about it, but like a short thing, like a Carl Jobs video about like a cheating scandal that happened. So I knew the F3 menu existed because I'd seen like a video about them using calculators and stuff and all of that. And then I was playing in Bedrock and I was like, why can't I get this cool menu with all the information that I need? And then I later came to understand that it was because I was playing in the wrong version of the game, leading me to convert my survivor world from Bedrock to Java, and all the living things that had already been loaded died and would never spawn there again. So like where my house is in Java, in my survival world, is just like a dead space. And I forgot to mine. I just went down there, shot some things, and flew back up. But yeah, like sheep and chickens and such don't spawn there. They have to wander in or be brought in. And like all the villagers died. You're right. I was gonna mend the elytra as well. But you know, let's do some of the mining first since we're here. I was trying to get a bunch of stone before all of that. Yeah, I was trying to play Celeste earlier, but I misunderstood some things, so I just like scrapped it and deleted the video. I guess you gotta get some unlocks before you can go to the post summit content, and I was not aware. So I'm like, all right. I sat down, you know, I had my can of Mountain Dew. I was ready to roll, and I was like, okay, sinking my teeth into it. Let's go. And then I walk into core, and there's like this thing that won't move, and I'm like, oh. Well, I guess I'm not doing that today. And then I came here. Which is great. I'm having, actually, just like a lot of fun with these silly little projects here. Hopefully they won't cast too much of a shadow this far down. I don't know how the shadows work. Oh, I've picked up a copper ore block. I guess you can make that cooked into copper bars, just like you can do it with the ore blocks from the Nether, and make them into little gold chunks instead of gold flecks. Maybe that's how it is. So like, instead of having to get the copper ores together, then you can just do them in like so. I don't know. I think for some of the stuff that you silk touch, there is a purpose to it being silk touchable, and for the rest of it, it's just like, yeah, sometimes you want to break glass. And what we're doing there is not like for emeralds as such, but really just for space in these boxes. And we could level up that other guy, but I mean, who cares, right? He's the wrong kind of butcher. The right one must have died somewhere. That one used to be a master as well, but now he is no longer accorded that rank. Wheat? No, not in these boxes. I guess we can just carrot it up. No, not like that. Alright. Oh, it does work. It works for the fields too. Oh man, this is gonna blow the wheat planting game wide open. If you use fortune on carrots, it gives you more as well. That is fun. Even on the pick? I knew on the hoe it gave you more seeds for wheat, but not more wheat. Anything with fortune does it? Okay, yeah. I knew it did it on the hoe because, well, I've done a lot of wheat in my time. Alright, so Elytra's already done up. Let's try to get the shovel a little Minderoni there. That could end up killing me. Yeah, Cram, although it's somewhat dangerous, in these specific circumstances, this is not remotely enough animals to kill me. Thank you for the warning, though. Normally, of course, I have the idol in my offhand, but no, due to my experience with vast amounts of animals in this game, I'm quite familiar with the danger of it, but I appreciate the warning. Have you ever seen the field of 1,000 cows in my survival world? It's really the field of 2,000 cows. That one's on peaceful most of the time, but I also had like, I used to be really into chicken farms for, yeah, more than 24 in a block. I used to have like an automated chicken farm. That was my experience farm in the previous world. I actually don't have a chicken farm at all in this hardcore world. Yeah, the world of wheat, the survivor world, it's a portrait of excess. It's so beautiful. You know, like something like 120,000 wheat blocks or so, probably something like that. And then, you know, 2,000 cows or so. It's marvelously excessive. I adore it. A child is born. Now, normally you'd be like, hooray, but actually I'm like, man, where are these villagers dying? Alright, so this dude is off somewhere. I'm just gonna put all the leather into this box, which is probably the thing I did the last time that I was looking for him and couldn't find him. Makes sense. But yeah, so normally I kept like the field of 2,000 cows. I called it the field of 1,000 cows because, you know, I usually kept it at 1,000. But the problem was, if you can call it one, that I would frequently forget my sword and stuff because all I do in that world is farm wheat. So I would get to the field of cows. I'd be like, I don't have my sword. I'm not gonna like kill all these cows for experience with like an iron sword. It takes forever without like sweeping edge and sharpness. I mean, to my modern brain, right? And so I just keep feeding them more wheat because in that world, well, there's a lot of wheat. I barely ever work on my wheat field anymore. I just have so many more games that are engaging that I'm playing. Alright. Totem back on. There we go. And while I do love planting wheat, it's not like, as such, incredibly engaging gameplay. It doesn't, like, you know, as such, provide me with anything interesting to talk about exactly. Although I sure enjoy having my wheat field. I wish I had the guts to plant one here, but I just don't believe, you know, like, I would probably die. I would definitely get mad. Alright, well, I thought that was where... Alright, so we've made a huge, tiny mistake. And we have sort of lost where we're at. Okay, I'm like, why don't I go to third person? Here's the waterfall. I'm like, I don't know where the waterfall is anymore. It's right here. Bye, Liam. Thanks for hanging out, man. like, did I really take all of my wood and put it in a different thing? Yes, I did. Of course I did. Why would I doubt myself? No, I didn't. It's right here. Magnificent. Thank you for your good luck wishes, Liam. You have a good night, too. Yes, excellent. You know, it's silly to have a door there, but it's even more silly to not have one. A shield? What on earth? Wearing a shield will get me killed deader than anything. I never use them anymore. Barely touch the stuff. Yeah, this is the way. This is a good quick way to do it. You just jump to the side there. All right, do I have any more torches? Yes. So you get the other one to act as sort of like a post for the next time so that you won't fall over whenever you're going around. And then you can just back up and not worry about falling off the side. And I forgot to do it there. Oh yeah, this is like about 10 million times better than the way I have been doing things. It's bigger than it has to be. Again! Alright, we need more dirt, we need more dirt. You know, it's not really that good at being a stair right there, but... right there for that matter. Oh my goodness, and now I broke the only stair that was doing its job. Make some more? No, you need... Yeah, it's 6 cobbles to make 4 stairs, but if you do it in the stone cutter, you get a better rate of return, if memory serves. Alright. So the stairs rendering that waterfall a little extraneous, but not entirely. We'll just fly and see if it looks sort of gaudy and unnecessary with the other one. Yeah, it's actually the multiple streams of water falling down, because we could do something like really cool underneath it in the long term. Alright, the toggle, I need to turn that off. Until I need to turn it back on again, because man, is it quite the thing to get used to. Alright. We could start an axolotl island. That would be nice. There's a lot of things that would be nice. And we can make all of them happen. You know, gradually. Should probably get railings at some point. You know, but safety is the least interesting aspect of building in the sky. Everybody knows that what you want is like joy and passion and beauty, and safety is like at best like a tertiary concern, but probably even less important than that. Alright. We need more dirt. We're gonna go fetch it from somewhere. I'm sure I can find some nice dirt somewhere. We might have raided all of the nice dirt that's freely available out here. Is that gonna force us to work with nice cobblestone? No, I can't believe that's all the dirt I've got. There's gotta be like a bunch of it somewhere, and I just don't know where it is. But it's probably in like a weird place. Like down there. Y'all remember when this was a place I went? How far back do we go in the memory of this world, guys? Remember we would just go down here. Hey, found one of those villagers. Hey, found several of those villagers. We made a couple of beds for them because they couldn't get out, if you recall. And this poor golem, and this poor golem, and... Hey, found some nice dirt. Not enough of it. this helpfully tells us that this is the way up. You might think, did you need that? Look, it was a long time ago that we first went all the way down in there. And the sign was very helpful then. That sort of made me scared, and I was like, you know, at least I've got my death protection on. Oh my god, it's wonderful. It's only gonna get better. I love it so much. The layer of the stone to the dirt, very important. Definitely necessary. I don't know if I got the proportions quite right, but just having the split in them, very good for the aesthetic. But I guess we'll pop into the vault right quick. Ah, yes, the dirt. And we even have a couple of grass blocks already, so we'll be able to take them up. Well, we might as well look around and see if there's anything else we want to bring. Like, I know I have just tons of stuff. You know, but how much of it do we really need? Oh man, bricks. We could make one of the brick houses that I love so much. Alright, do I have some moss? Here we go. We've got a bunch of the pale oak logs. We'll bring them up there for fences, maybe. And the snow falls. I love it up here. What a great place. This biome is a stony shore, and it is thundering, so... Something about it's just so beautiful to me. The sound of that thunder happening. Here we are above the clouds, you know, with just the entirely peaceful snowflakes falling over our heads. And the world is trying to convince me that it's dangerous. Just because it's hardcore and if I die forever, it doesn't make it true, right? We're just going to seed some grass around, and then before long we should have a grass layer here. And I can just click the thing because my life has changed. I don't want to like make up a number that my efficiency is going to, but it's got to be dramatic, right? Like it's just got to be such a huge boon. Especially with my general distaste for managing my inventory. Make sure we don't bonk our head. Nope, there's the head bonk. Oh, it froze. Oh, because of the... because of the snow. Huh. I guess that's a worry. Well, these didn't freeze. So we can see that the snow doesn't fall because of that, which actually is its own sort of beauty, right? We've got this sort of, like, zone that the floating island creates above the other one, which makes sense. That's very interesting. So when you get, like, right here underneath those blocks, the way that the snowflakes fall in sort of gets more hyper-regular. Alright, there we go. Good stuff. Well, at least this running water doesn't appear to have frozen up yet. If it does, we'll just have to deal with that as it comes, right? Well, you know. Of course, it does make it harder to go here. Polar bear spawnable on alternative, sure. Well, anyway, at least we've got this up, so we don't really need the waterfall down since we have a more proper thing going on there. Alright, so a birch sapling up here. Why not? No reason why not. No reason at all, I tell ya. Little bit of beautification. Rory said you updated the level. You had like 20 seconds of gameplay. Nice. Sometimes, you know, when you have the bones of a thing, it's a lot easier to add a little bit more to it. I haven't even went into the level editor for Geometry Dash, but I bet there's just like a dizzying amount of information and choices when you're first going into it. I need more torches. I'll just go find some coal somewhere. There's like 3,000 different objects, man. Most of them just for decoration, I imagine. Or, you shouldn't have to jump 3,000 times. I should not be using this equipment. It's fine. I mean, like, I should be using actual armor. I should also be using my fortune... Not fortune, that's not the right word. Looting. My looting sword. In the main hand. That way you get the looting benefit for when you're shooting the creepers with the bow for more gunpowder. Tips and tricks, such as they are. Pretty sure everybody knows that one. What and how? Yeah, someone has sent me those, or at least I think they did. The ones that go all weird in 3D and stuff. Very interesting stuff. I know I've said this before, but I'm continually impressed by the creativity of Geometry Dash level makers, and I've only scratched the surface of them, but definitely very, very cool stuff. Alright, I was supposed to be getting coal, right? Right. Well, probably daytime would be easier to see it. Probably is doing a lot of work in that sense. It's quite clear that it would be easier. Am I being attacked with a trident? No, I'm being shot by a skeleton with probably a knockback bow, it seemed like. It's actually kind of a little funny. Not that funny, just a little funny. I'm expecting to find a guy with a trident shooting me, and I turn around, and it's this idiot skeleton who's just like straight up shooting a bow underwater and refuses to hear that that's not how skeletons normally behave. We're just gonna lay down here. It was 7 years between the Geometry Dash updates. That's pretty fun stuff. I knew it was a while, but that's longer than I had thought it was. Underwater archery duel. I win. I always do. I'm very proud of that one. You know, you have to gauge when to fire with other considerations. All right, we got 21 coal there. There's another thing though. We might as well just go and get a bunch so that we can bring some up there to the top. After all, when we start the civilization in the sky, are we really going to want to come down here to get raw materials all the time? No, of course not. Codswallop. We'll we'll want to bring plenty up there. You know, maybe a couple, like a granite layer underneath would be good. No, it's too late to think about that for the ones that already exist. Maybe for the 18 more floating islands that we'll eventually build, a granite layer will be appropriate. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Pale oak birch tree. The part in the top is irrelevant. No one will notice that it's there. Love it. I miss my old hardcore world. I had like this river, and I replaced a bunch of the oak and birch wood with dark oak wood. This is before pale oak. But I was recalling that. I'm like, you know, that would be. I bet it looks even cooler than a birch tree does, and it does. It looks awesome. We needed some torches, so we made way more than we needed, as is tradition. Okay, so I think I'm not sure if the grass grows, whoops. Yeah, I think it's just that one grass thing, so it's taking a little while. Let's see if it grows under the snow. Yeah, I think it grows under the snow, so that's all right. not have any bones in there? Man. What is my life coming to? Walking around boneless. So you need bones because you can bone meal moss blocks and change the other blocks around them to moss. But I think we'll just go towards home and get some, because I absolutely have just like a ton of bones. I know I do. They're just around, right? They're wherever they want to be. There we go. Plenty of bones. Let's see about mending up a couple of our tools right quick. Alright, shovel's somewhat better now. Picks need some work. Silk touch pick needs a lot of work. But we'll just put absolutely tons of emeralds in here and forget about them, as is tradition. Oh, he already went to work. Well, we'll put the beef back in here then. More bones, more bones. That's all we really came down here for anyway, was the bones. We won't want to leave our precious dirt behind, however. And now with the miracle of bone meal, you can actually also make functional azalea trees. Although once I did that, I'm like, why did I do that? I didn't want one there. Anyway, we'll just break it. It'll be fine. So if you didn't know that, all you need is a moss block and bones, and then you can make wood out of it, which is, I think, incredibly awesome. I figured that out on my own. I was very proud. Yeah, so the azaleas that you get from bone mealing, those blocks will just appear, and then you can use bones to make them. So I think that's actually really awesome. So if you found like a single moss block in a shipwreck, which you could do if you had no other sources of wood for like making trees, like no saplings, just with skeletons and a moss block, you could create trees. And I think that's beautiful. But I also think we just want to... Oh, right, because my inventory's full. I have to throw that down. Alright, so what I need to do is just get this here, and then we'll just go over the side a little bit. Right, right. Okay. It's all good. It's like, it's basically the first time I guess I've fallen off up there, and you know, it's fine. You just zoom right back up with the elytra, but it is a chilling feeling all the same. Alright, we should put some of this stuff up so that our inventory is not constantly clogged, making me feel nervous. Alright, what else to do here? Do we make another one already? I mean, you know, the first two went so well. That doesn't need to be there. Whoops. Imperfect. Can carpets hang in midair? No, they cannot. We could walk out the green carpet. Railings, railings. What's a pale oak fence look like? The pale oak's upstairs. That's not remotely enough, is it? What's up, Rose? Ah, you break it and then it becomes water again. Got it. Oh, now we've got the well. This will let us figure out if grass will grow underneath the fence post, a very important thing. More railings for the other one? Yeah, might as well. The gate, you typically want to be a different color. We might go with like a cherry gate just for beauty's sake. And I think here it'll be sensible to have the gates face the ocean so that if you want to just like jump out, you know, you'd go like so. Well, not like that. Man, it takes a really long time to break that without an axe. Oh, really long. That might be putting it too strongly. That should be good. Should be fine. Light coverage, I think. Couple of torches on either side of a gate, that'll be nice. Nice and traditional. Alright, good stuff. Do we need another tree here? No, one's fine. So you're done now? Congratulations. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. I'm so excited. You know, they are too boxy right now. We'll need to figure out some way to make them look less you know, maybe they needed to like taper into a point as if they had been like ripped up out of the crust of the earth. But a couple of them being a little boxy won't hurt, given that they are just, you know, the preliminary Sky Islands, and I am not at all satisfied. I mean, I'm satisfied, but I'm not like, I'm not done with making Sky Islands. This is gonna be my new thing. Stairs. We should get stairs here too. Having the waterways as the only way up is churlish and deplorable. Alright, I like that. I'm like, are we going to appear inside of a tree? We're going to appear inside of a tree. That's alright. This is not ideal, because we'll hit our head, but it looks dumb. You can barely notice, right? Yeah, you only notice that there's not dirt underneath it when you're right on it. That's fine. That's not like such an aesthetic outrage that we have to do something about it. Alright, well. You know, it's very nice. The additions of the railings make it look quite handsome. And whenever these these glow berries get big and long, that'll be pretty cool. We might do even more for that. So we've got the cool little spore effects there. Is turtle hatch yet? No, we haven't been close enough to it. Man, I really took a bunch of damage off that hit. I need to be more careful. Yeah, there you have it. Hey, Natasha. Grow some nice carrots. Yeah, you like it? I think it's nice too. I'm glad you do. It's built a little sort of miniature hanging garden sort of thing right here. So I think once those vines get longer, they could be cool. And if it doesn't look cool, then, you know, we can get rid of it and go somewhere else with it. But yeah, we've got a, you know, you can look off into the distance in both directions and see something pretty nice. But I like having like the sort of stair-stepped, terraced platforms. We've still got, you know, 70 vertical to go before we hit build limit. So I'm thinking, you know, we might just build like a bunch of stuff up here in the sky. Life is very long. You never know. You never know how it's going to end up, right? I mean, it feels like not too long ago I was saying, man, there's nothing else I want to do in Minecraft. And now I was like, wait, those floating islands that I love so much, I could just build them. Alright, so what do we need now? We need islands that are not in the snow zone. But I think if we just build further out towards the ocean, it gets warmer. The thing is that if your island is above the other island, it won't snow on it at all. So I don't want this island to not get snow. So we would need to like build out to the right and like sort of like loop it around. Yep, that's exactly what we need to do. But we're not going to do that right now. Right now it is getting to where we need to start thinking about ending it, probably. But I'll just do some mining, get us some stone. I do have my auto smelter working up there, but I figured we could do this too. And this will give us a nice little bit to work with whenever we return. It's always nice to look into your chests and be like, oh, past me gave me supplies. I mean, sure, I've got a ton of cobblestone, but this is real stone. And although I didn't try, I think real stone looks better than cobble for, you know, these projects in the sky. We can just totally level this island because, you know, nothing matters. I was thinking it would be kind of cool to, like, leave depressions in as if they had literally lifted up into the air, but that might be too much effort. It also might be an appropriate amount of effort later. So we can do, like, a really deep cavern, you know, with qualities that make it seem reasonable that they would be in the air. I don't know what those would be. I'm still brainstorming that. But I need to get like a reference picture of the place in Chrono Trigger and just try to do a replica of that. And then after I finished it, I would discover someone else has definitely already done that idea way better than me. Nah, it's alright. Look, I don't play Minecraft to be better than other people in it, and I know you're thinking when I say that, good. But, you know, it's not everything in life is a competition, which is good, because I would lose if it were. Or, as the saying goes, life is like chess. I'm not very good at chess. Alright, well, I think that's all going well. I need to get some beds up here. A bed. Anywhere to live. Well, really, these only look like houses from far away, right? You know, these are islands, so it's all right that the hollow interiors wouldn't have beds. But eventually we'll want to build a house, right? Like a nice brick one up in the sky. Could import some chickens. Import some bees. See, the bees and the chickens, I can see importing them. The other animals be a lot harder. Because chickens, just like in the real world, you can just throw the eggs at the ground and then a baby chicken will spring up full formed and entirely healthy. Hello, the mooshes! Oh, baby moosh. Mooshy Smalls. What a fine moosh you are. What a fine moosh you both are. Doug! Oh, look at him! Doug's found something. Doug has found a wonderful torch flower. He says, hey, I see those islands up in the sky, you know, it would be nice. A nice torch flower there. Doug's right. We're gonna go plant it immediately. There we go. Did I really move all the carrots away? Did I really feed them all the carrots? Either one's possible. Perhaps my floating islands are close enough to the sugarcane to make it grow. Or maybe we just spent enough time around. Because that would be handy, you know, since we have these crops, for them to be able to be functioning while we're messing around up in the sky. Oh yeah, look at him up there above the clouds. Looking all handsome and artificial. It's nice. I wish we could make the water a slightly different color. Like I wish we had like the Cherry Grove water or the tropical lukewarm ocean water. But that's all to the good. We arrive now at the end of the video, and that means you know what time it is. It's time for Garuda's Ritual Seed. It's time for a party. I invite you all to stand for the national anthem, Pig Step by Lena Rain. I was saying that's not the national anthem, it's the Minecraft national anthem. Look at Luca, he knows. But you know, that's all there is. When we come back, whenever, we'll just probably keep on doing exactly what I've been doing. I'm having way too much fun messing around in the sky to stop it now. I guess we could have a bird up there. Would a bird fly with us while we were elytra flying? Maybe. I mean, obviously not Luca. Luca would have to stay here. I mean, what if some legs need breaking? What if some stone needs cracking? Well, it'll be Luca's mitts making it happen. But, yeah, that's what we've got for you today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Bye, Aurora. Bye, Natasha. I hope you've enjoyed. I really, really have liked making these floating islands. Can we see them out of the window good? No. Yes. Oh, yeah, we can see them right out of that window. It's not the most clear view. But you can see them. Oh yeah, we replaced the birch wood with pale oak because I thought it was prettier. But there we go. We can see that the vines are growing, and that'll probably look nice. It might be like maybe being to the side there is not great. I might just transfer it underneath one of them, where it looks like it'll make it look like that's on the interior. We might actually make one with a lush cave artificially on the interior for one of the bigger ones. That could be fun. Every kind of place up in the sky. But that's all I've got for you right now. Good night, Natasha. I'll probably be playing a ton of Red Dead tomorrow. I meant to play more today, but I took a long nap instead. But gonna try to get through chapter 6 unless it's like 10 hours, but I'm planning to sink like 8 into it. So perhaps I will see you there, and if not, some other time. Bye everyone. Have a good night.